Hello, and welcome to News You Can Use. I'm your host, Patty Nash. On today's show, we're going to be talking with Kelly Shahan. She's the manager of the Red Clay Transportation Department, and Kelly is here to tell us about a new service that we are soon going to be offering to our families. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, Patty.
Thanks for joining us today. So I understand that recently the Red Clay buses were outfitted with GPS systems. Is that correct?
That is correct. And let me give you a little bit of background on why we moved forward with that decision. So our district, just like many of the districts in the country, has been struggling with the driver shortage for many years. In addition, we really want to work and improve our customer service to our families. So we decided that moving forward with VO Now, this GPS tool, would help us in both of those areas.
Okay, great. And I'm sure that, we all have GPS on our phones, and, maybe someone's thinking, GPS, that's nothing new, but for school buses, it really is. I think Red Clay is the first district in the state.
We are. It's super exciting to work for a pioneering district like Red Clay, who've afforded us this opportunity to move forward with this GPS tracker. The really cool thing about it is it ties into all the diagnostics about the bus, so we're able to get live information about where the bus is in any given moment, how fast the bus is going, did we do a railroad track stop properly, how long a bus was at a stop,
right.
and the battery of the bus, if it's healthy, all kinds of cool data like that we're actually able to get and have it be timely and accurate.
Right.
For the first time, really, we're able to have accurate, timely information for our families.
And I have sat in the transportation office on the first day of school helping to answer the phones, because invariably, there's, like anything new, there's new drivers, there's new routes, there's new kids. So that first day, we're all getting used to our new routine. But a parent would call and say, where's bus 27? And you did not know where bus 27 was. So you'd have to call on the radio, or you'd have to do something else. But now, do you have screens in the office, or how do you track the buses?
We absolutely do, and you bring up two really good points, because Patty, there's nothing more frustrating for us in the office when we have mom or dad on the phone and we can't tell them exactly where the bus is, meaning where their student is.
Right.
So in the past, we'd have to put them on hold, make a radio call, or call a contractor, and keep them on hold while we're trying to get this information.
Right. Meanwhile, the parents sitting there going, they don't know where my child is?
They're frustrated, and we're frustrated.
Right.
The great new process now with this new tool is we just keep the parent on the phone, we pull up that bus on the screen, and we can tell them exactly where their bus is. If they've already been to their stop, we can tell them what time they were there, how long they stopped. We can give them, a time out, say, okay, you need to come out of your house, the bus will be there in 5 minutes. Information like that. And the level of confidence that has increased in our office, because we're empowered now with this information and we can deliver better service to our customers, which is our families, it's just overwhelming.
That's terrific.
It's super. It's really exciting.
Yeah, so it's outfitted now in all of the Red Clay buses, and
Yes.
it's up and running.
It's outfitted, the tracker is outfitted in all of the Red Clay buses, and this week we're installing it in our contractor buses.
Okay.
So beginning next week, we'll have this data for all of the buses that service the Red Clay School District.
Okay, now parents and kids, I'm going to ask you not to be calling the transportation office, or just, okay, where is it now? Where is it now?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that.
Because here it comes.
Great segue into the next super exciting thing that's coming down the road for our families is called the Where's the Bus app.
Okay.
And this is a super cool phone app that can be easily added to your Android or your iPhone or a laptop or iPad if you don't have a cell phone. And it will give parent timely, accurate information on where their student's bus is. And it's even so precise that a parent can personalize it and say, okay, it takes me 10 minutes to get to my stop if I'm at work and I pick my student up at, say, a hub stop. They can personalize it to ping them 10 minutes out from the stop or 1 mile out from the stop.
Okay.
And it'll ping that parent's phone, and then they'll know they need to start acting and what they need to do. Or the other great thing is, if it's super cold outside,
Right. I was
they
just
don't
gonna
have
say
to.
that.
They don't have to stand outside and wait for the bus in the
Right.
cold.
Right.
They can have the bus ping their phone when it's a couple minutes out, and then they walk out to the stop.
Nice.
Yes, we're
Very
very
nice.
excited about it.
And when will that be available?
So we are going to start piloting that in the January, February timeframe and
Okay.
through the rest of the school year.
Okay. I would imagine too that this system, especially when the parents are online, is going to be really handy on our, delayed days because of a couple inches of snow, or, because then the parents, it does invariably take buses longer when there's snow on the ground, but there's not so much that we don't have to close schools. It's going to really come in handy on those days.
It's going to help with everything. It's going to help with, like you said, delays. It's going to help if there's traffic, if a bus has to turn around and go back to school because a student maybe missed the bus at the school. It's just going to keep the parents informed. It's giving them more information, accurate information. The key is accuracy. Again, in the past, it was like, well, 5 minutes out, we think, maybe 10 minutes. And now it's like, they're at this stoplight right out in front of your neighborhood. They'll be there in less than 30 seconds.
Okay, now let's say, I'm going to bring up a bad question. Let's say that, and maybe somebody at home is thinking it. Let's say I want to see where Johnny Smith is, but he's not my child. Can I go onto the app and sign up and find out where a certain kid is?
So that's an excellent question. One of the things that we're working with our IT department right now on is making sure that the same level of security and authorization that's in place for our Home Access Center will also be in place for the Where's the Bus app. So if you're already approved to see your own student's information and not Johnny's, when you log in, you will only be able to see the student who you're approved to see, which is your student.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because you never know.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, you never know. And do the kids get involved in this in any way? I mean, do they have it on their phones or?
Certainly they probably could. They probably could set up some level of access. I haven't really gone down that road, so that would kind of be, uncharted territory. But we would certainly be open to that if our customers felt a need for that. I do know that one of the things we put in place last year was tweeting and some more of the social media stuff that we use to get announcements out to parents with regards to late buses.
There's been accidents, and you've tweeted. It's terrific.
And students do have that.
Right.
But that's kind of like a bigger social media, no security access kind of situation. We'd have to really think about how to make it secure so that only the student could see his own access.
Yeah, for the kids right now, this is just going to erase that excuse, well, Mom, the bus was late. Well, no, son, because I'm looking at the phone and bus 37 was on time today.
Right, and there's nothing more wonderful than when you can say to a parent, the bus was at your stop and it stopped for 2 minutes and 37 seconds. I mean, that's
the level of detail that you get.
Yes.
And the speed the bus is going too, right?
Yes. When we, a lot of times when you see a bus traveling, it feels like it could be going much faster than what it is. So we will often get calls of concern, and we're thankful for the calls because we want to address every question, and we want to make sure that we're following, the letter of the law everywhere. So now when we get a concern about a bus perhaps speeding in a neighborhood or, and on any street really, we can just pull it right up and we can see how many buses traveled down that street and were any of them speeding.
Okay.
And the really great thing is I can pinpoint if one bus was speeding, I can work directly with that driver versus
rather than bringing everybody
saying to everybody, hey, everybody, watch your speed on this street. And so it just makes it more, one-on-one feedback.
So what are the drivers saying about the new system?
They actually really like it. In the beginning, they were a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah, sure.
Worried that it would be kind of
Big
like
brother
a
watching
spy.
them. Yeah.
But then they started to kind of see the benefits of it because one of the things, and you mentioned a few minutes ago about the phones being super busy.
Right.
One of the things that this has cut down on is us constantly calling the drivers over our radio and the contractors with the phone saying, where are you? When are you going to get to this stop?
Right.
What are you doing right now? Because we don't have to do that. So it's significantly cut down on phone calls and radio chatter to the drivers.
Sure, which is good because we want the drivers to be driving.
Right.
Not answering a million phone calls as to exactly what corner they're at the moment.
Right.
So that's another good thing.
So our
gold star for the Red Clay Department of Transportation.
Thank you, Patty.
this new system. That's great.
Thank you.
And did we have to go through any levels of approval at the state level or anything like that? Or this was a Red Clay decision? We've decided to undertake this, the expense and everything else?
This was solely a Red Clay decision. We, of course, had to get support of, our district and our board, and they were all for it. Again, they're always out there trying to push the envelope with new things and making our district even greater than it already is.
Okay.
And but the interesting thing with the state, I had the state supervisor come down and preview our system, and he was, really impressed and is working really hard to try to get information out to other districts.
Mm-hmm. So they'll follow
so we can share this great news with everyone, and all of us can improve.
Right. And, my office will have to make sure, we'll both have to make sure that we inform the parents when this app is available, when they can sign on and how they do that. I mean, not everybody is familiar with apps and have used them. There might be a little bit of a learning curve for some people, not for the kids, for the parents.
Right.
Let's be honest.
When in doubt, ask your student.
Yeah, ask your kid, how do I get this on the phone? Right.
Yeah. And, and for anybody that is not computer savvy or doesn't have a cell phone, the old-fashioned way still works. They can certainly call our office. Our phones are manned. You will not get a voicemail.
Right.
We have folks on the phone from 5:30 to 6:30 every day. Mm-hmm. So, we're happy to accept and help those folks as well too.
How many drivers do we have? How many routes do we have?
So I'll just give you a bunch of stats.
Okay.
This year we're probably on target to travel about 1.8 million miles.
Wow.
And we have about 163 bus routes comprised of district and contractors.
Okay.
So it's a pretty big district.
It sure is. And I know just from someone who gets the media calls, again, at the start of school, invariably there's those stories. This year it was because of the driver shortage. And there were concerns about some of our buses being late. And we had to, I guess, double and triple up on some drivers and had to do whatever we could do to make the buses run as effectively as possible.
So the office staff at Transportation did a wonderful job this summer addressing the driver shortage and using this GPS tool to help us effectively route, even better than what we've done manually. So now we're able to watch a bus and see where bottlenecks are, to see where, okay, if we go this way, this train always holds us up, or if we go this way, we get caught up in this traffic light. Okay. So we're rerouting buses, and we've actually found that we've reduced route times for some of our families, especially some of the magnet schools that in the past have had super long routes. We're trying to, shrink that down so the ride time for students is not as long.
Okay. And when we say that, it'll be similar to the Home Access Center, will parents have to get a passcode or a password, or will there be that as well?
Well, we're figuring all that out right now, so I don't have all the data on how that works. But I'm sure it'll just be like with any other app you have on your phone, where you have to put in your password or your user ID. Yeah,
and again, that's for security reasons.
Yes.
We have to watch that. Well, sounds terrific. And parents and people watching will keep you informed as to when this will be available to you. I think a letter home to parents might be a good idea as well. We'll try to figure out a number of ways to get that information out there. And what's the phone number at Transportation, just in case somebody wants to call?
It's 302-322-0251.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks for coming by, Kelly, and letting us know about it. It's a great system, good ideas and good work.
Thank you very much. We're really excited. Thanks for having us.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to just take a minute break, but please stay with us, because when we return, we're going to have some important reminders for you. Thanks very much.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
Finally, we found his assignment. He rushed through it. I wonder if he even learned anything.
I wasn't gonna get it right, so I just wanted to get back to playing my video game. At least I'm good at that.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
Hi, welcome back to News You Can Use. You know, I probably don't have to remind anyone when schools are going to break for the holidays, but I will tell you that the last day of school is December 21, and schools will reopen on Tuesday, January 3rd. Not long after that is the school choice deadline on Wednesday, January 11 at 4 p.m. For those of you who don't know, the Delaware school choice law allows parents the option to apply for your child to attend any school outside your assigned attendance zone school. There are space constraints, however, and only schools with seats available will take school choice applications. What this allows you and your family to do is to go to any of the open houses at our schools, take a look at the various programs, and make a decision as to what you think is the best fit for your child and your family. Then you would fill out a choice application. There's 3 schools on the choice application, and you would, in priority order, make sure that you put down the 3 programs that you'd like to be considered for. The first step in the process is to make sure that your child is registered or pre-registered in a Delaware public school. If registered, you can just fill out a choice application. Paper applications are available in all of our schools, but most people do prefer to apply online. One of the benefits of applying online is you will be told immediately whether or not you were successful in getting your choice application registered and in. If you do it via paper application, you're not going to get that information right away. You go to the Red Clay Schools website, which is redclayschools.com, and look under the For Families tab. You'll find the Choice Office listed there. And the Choice Office has done a really nice job with their website page. Right in the center of the page is the button that allows you to get to the application, but there's also a frequently asked questions section and a lot of information that helps parents through this process, which can be a little daunting for some if you're trying to figure out what schools that you're going to be applying for. You can modify, a couple of things you should know. You can modify the application until the January deadline. So if you decide you want to change the order of priority, you want to add a school, remove a school, you can do that to your application up until January 11. Red Clay does not operate on a first-come, first-served basis. So the person who applies on January 10th is into the same lottery system as the person who applied right when choice opened. That you'll be told if seats are available and you're going to be invited to a school, you'll be notified within 5 working days of the February Board of Education meeting. There is, again, on that choice deadline website page, there's a list of the process and the dates, the important dates. If the school is filled, your child will be waitlisted. As other students accept invitations to their other schools, seats may become available, and we will call the next student on the wait list and offer a seat. When you fill out a choice application, students are assigned a random computer-generated lottery number, which is your lottery number and where will determine where you are on the wait list. It's done, as we say, randomly by computer so that it's fair to all. School choice can seem daunting to parents, and the district offers workshop events during the year to walk you through the process and to show you the web pages, show you the applications. The school choice office is located on Duncan Road, right next to the small building next to Brandywine Springs School, or you can always call the office with questions at 552-3789. One last point about choice. Many of the district programs have additional steps before the lottery, such as a second application or an interview. These programs, they're listed on the website, but these programs are the Early College Academy at AI High School, Cab Calloway School of the Arts, Conrad Schools of Science, and the International Baccalaureate programs at Dickinson High School. I hope that information on choice was helpful to you. Again, if you have any questions, visit redclayschools.com or call 552-3789. That's all we have for today's edition of News You Can Use. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again.